Kråkan, also known as Corvus Cornix, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game, I play it for a week, and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Donkey Kong Jr. for the Nintendo Entertainment System and was released in 1992, and it's an arcade platformer, developed by Nintendo R&D 2 and published by Nintendo. And also there will be spoilers up ahead just so you know, but first a little backstory. So I listened to a podcast episode by Retrovaniacs, and they talked about a high score challenge where they were playing Donkey Kong Jr. And I was like, I haven't played that game, maybe I should, give it a go. So the plot of this game is really simple. You're Donkey Kong's son, Junior, and you're supposed to save your dad, Donkey Kong, from the evil Mario, or aka Jumpman. So when you start up the game, you get a happy little jingle and a demo of the game, and then you can select between one-player game A, one-player game B, two-player game A, and two-player game B. So the first level has DK Jr. climbing vines, and you actually climb faster if you position yourself between two vines. And you avoid these crooks on the ropes, and you start with 3 lives, and the game is just like the first Donkey Kong, with a little bit of extra stuff in it. And just like the original Donkey Kong, you can't take any fall damage in this game, so you have to be very precise about your jump, or otherwise you will die. And the point of the game is really simple. You have to reach the top of the screen and try to save Donkey Kong. Also at the top of the screen you will find score and top score, and of course Donkey Kong locked up in a cage, and Mario's there as well, of course, sending down these jumping crocodiles down the vines. And I didn't see this at first, and it led to many deaths. Junior can also jump grab vines, you collect fruit, and the fruit can also be used to knock down certain enemies. And if you reach the top of the screen, the next stage begins. The next stage introduces a spring and moving platforms, and there are these things moving on what do you call it, a conveyor belt, like grab points, and this is where I got my first game over because I tried to figure out what to do. And I almost forgot, but when Junior loses a life, his eyes get all big and he looks straight at the screen and flails his arms, and I don't know, I think that's just funny. But I finally figured out how to cross the conveyor section, and then I needed to avoid some birds while on the vine, and this game is just so unfair. The next stage has a black background with neon, blue, white and purple colors, and this stage was really easy for some reason. And now it's time for the final stage. You have these chains with keys on them. You need to push the keys to the top of the screen in order to unlock a trapdoor for Donkey Kong and Mario to fall down. And Junior captured his dad, and that's the end of the game, and then it loops again. And after all, it's just an arcade game, so it's just for high score. So gameplay. Save Donkey Kong from the evil Jumpman Mario. Control the D-pad's movement. Up or down climbs the vines. The A button jumps and the stop button pauses. Graphics. The graphics are just like the original Donkey Kong, but it has a bit more sprite work than details in them. I also like the funny animations that DK Jr. has, and that's about it. Sound and music. Yukio Kanaoka made the soundtrack for this game, and I can't remember any tracks at the top of my head, only a couple actually. The end theme is pretty good, and stage 3, which is the neon stage, it has this bleep blop thing going on. Easter egg secrets and glitches, and just like the original Donkey Kong, it has a climbing glitch, not involving ladders but vines, so you can use this glitch to do a segment skip if you do speedrunning on the neon stage. And speaking of speedrunning, I actually watched a speedrun this week, believe it or not, by AK Potatoes, and he beat the game within 1 minute and 28 seconds. I beat the game within 12, but I don't know. It was kind of funny because I didn't know any of the mechanics going into it, more than what I played from the original Donkey Kong, but it's just fun. I don't know. I don't take these games very seriously at all, actually. So in conclusion, I wrote, yes, play it if you like the original one. So the game looks good and improved almost everything that was made in the previous game. The music is there, but it's nothing that I can remember at the top of my head. The graphic looks great, but if you don't like the original one, maybe skip this one, play something else. Anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.